Hey you, how are you? I know I look a little probably crazy. I just got out of the shower, but it's been a wild week and I want to just tell you all about it. This is week number 8 of me making my first feature film where I'm going to be documenting it all here on this channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm your friend Nick. And I'm going to be exposing everything behind the process of making this film. There's nothing quite like this on YouTube or in the ether of social media. And filmmaking is one of my biggest passions, and I just want to bring you along. And you can see everything, all of the wins, all of the challenges, all the things that are in my mind as we're going through this process with the end goal of having a film. So you're going to be able to kind of feel what it feels like to be a filmmaker without putting in any of the hard work. So enjoy it. It's going to be really fun. But yeah, this week we're going to talk about the wins, the challenges, and next week and all that. This week was so exciting because it was our crowdfunding week 1, but let's get into it. The wins! Okay, so I've been so excited to talk to you. I've been waiting so much for this recap of the week because this week was insanely amazing. It was our first week with crowdfunding week 1, and I don't know if I didn't know any of this, so I'm just gonna presume that you don't know this either, but so crowdfunding, basically trying to get the funds for this film, right? And it's community driven because when we have our community behind us, like for this film, it gives me more creative freedom for the film, and because it's for the community, it's just better. I think it's gonna be less money than it would be like a production house or anything, but it means that we get to keep the heart of the story, which is really important for this film. But crowdfunding, we're getting the funds, and I didn't realize that the first week really matters a lot because you're trying to basically build up momentum. So I worked my ass off, and I will say this, I worked my ass off and it paid off, and not because of me, but because of you and everyone else, people like you that showed up, and we really hit our goal, which was to try and get over 20% in the first week, and we got to, drum roll, 23% of our funded goal to make our film. So it was just so exciting, and it was really, really amazing seeing everyone that donated. And not even that, like, to be honest, it's just vast support, people cheering us on and being like, hey, I can't donate, but I'm willing to share this project, or hey, I gave this to my friend, I think they'll really like it, or hey, I'm rooting for you. Like, it's just all of that. And one of the biggest wins of this week too was that I got to just reconnect with my entire network of people. I'm talking about college, friends that I made this month, but then also childhood friends and their parents. And I went all out in trying to reconnect with everyone. And I love that. And it was so fun. It was so fun. And yeah, so crowdfunding went really well this week, and I felt like I got into a good rhythm, which was great. Another win, personal. It was my birthday. I'm going to give you kind of the personal deets with all these recaps too, just because it's the film, but also the filmmaker, which is me. I don't know. I'm talking as if I'm this entity. It's just me, Nick, but I'm just telling you friend to friend because we're going to keep it real on this channel, right? So this week, the win was my birthday, and I turned 29 on Wednesday, and it was really great. On that day we hit our goal of 20%, so it was a happy day, really great. So really good week, and it was just really good. I stayed consistent with reaching out to people and everything. I'll talk about that kind of in the challenges of why this week was maybe difficult, but we did really well. Yay. Okay, challenges. So challenges is that this week was hard because I'm a one-man show, and every week that I keep going forward with crowdfunding, I realize the magic of having a producer earlier on in crowdfunding, because I'm a one-man pony and I'm trying to share this film with as many people as possible, and it takes a lot of work. So just to give you some insight, also so that I can remember what I did, but basically my day looks like this every day. I wake up, your boy is also trying to find a job right now and also has a part-time job. So this is what my day looks like, and one of the challenges is structuring my days where I don't burn out, but I do a lot of work. So I will wake up, job hunt for 2 or 3 hours. I will then have emails prepped that I will send out. to people. I'll send out emails, and then at noon I will make a story. Every day I've been trying to like kind of stay visible. I think what's really important, and one of the challenges this week, is like keeping the project really visible in front of people, because it's really easy to like, I think the hard work is just allowing it to be visible every day, and that means kind of conquering your fear of being seen every day. And I don't know if you've watched, you can go check it out, but I'm doing really weird stuff. like I'm dancing every day, and it's fun for me because I like kind of being out of my box, and I wouldn't say embarrassing myself, but I find it fun. I feel like it's really human. I love it when people do that, so I don't mind doing it. Normally I would, but the fact I'm doing it for this film like gives me permission to be kind of cuckoo, which is fun. But yeah, I would make a reel every day at noon, and then I would work for 6 hours, my part-time job doing social media, and then at night I would DM people. I would look at incentives that people bought and give them social media shout outs, go through emails, replies, and then set up for the next day. And I've been doing that every day for 8 days thus far, and yeah, it's been good. The thing that's hard is this, and I talked about this last week, is the mind, because I didn't know this, and I think I don't know if you care, but I'm gonna tell you because I thought it was interesting. There's like 4 weeks of crowdfunding, right? I'm doing it for 30 days. That's the normal window, or it can be like 45 days, but every week is supposed to kind of feel different. I always thought that it's like a linear growth, and I really hope it would be, and maybe I should keep my mind in that sense. But one of the challenges is detaching myself from the outcome, right? I'm just showing up, I'm saying this is something I absolutely love, you guys are gonna love it too, this film needs to exist, and like letting the wave go. But it's hard because I've been told, and we're gonna experience it this coming week, which I'm nervous about, is there's supposed to be what's called a slump. So you're supposed to kind of have like a wave of crowdfunding where you this is why it was fun. This is why it meant so much to me this first week, is because it's a lot of people that need to kind of back you in the beginning, because they're gonna push the ball for you. And so like being able to lean on family and friends to really show up this first week, and they did, it was just really incredible. It was really magical. And since that wave hits, then the second and third week usually kind of plateaus a bit, because you kind of have your like entry, which is really good, and then you're kind of maintaining, and then last week is apparently the most stressful week, where you are pushing everyone to help you roll the ball over the finish line. So I'm not looking forward to it. To be honest, the psyche is gonna be drained by all of this, but I am utterly excited to have this film exist, and I know it's going to exist, so that's what I'm really excited about. And we're on a good track, which is good. Like the beginning week is really important, and then the last week is really important, and these 2 weeks, I hope the community proves me wrong and we just keep going. But yeah, I think it's really interesting, right? Like I'm a filmmaker and I'm very creative. Like my love for filmmaking comes from storytelling, and you'll see, especially if you're on Patreon, I'm gonna be like sharing more snippets of the actual story before it goes live, so it doesn't get like stolen off the internet. It's so interesting to go from having a really creative mind, right, and then going into something super logistics heavy and like crowdfunding. And I personally find a lot of fun in it because it works a different muscle than you don't work when you are creating. Filmmaking, one of the challenges with filmmaking for me, like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. One of the challenges for filmmaking with me is I am such a visual storyteller. Like the way I write, I have visions. And I love, like, I make my stories based off of beats, off of like, I can see it, and then I string it together. So the writing process for me is just coming up with a ton of beats and then letting it simmer together, and then like letting it dilute and strain out whatever it doesn't need to exist. But that writing process is really fun at the beginning, but then it can be drawn out for a really long time, and it can get very lonely and very by yourself. And I'm an extrovert, I notice. So crowdfunding works a different muscle. It's not creative, but it's building your community for your film. And that is what is the most cool and most powerful thing I've learned for filmmaking. And through YouTube, like with the ASMR channel and this channel too, is like your community that you build behind your creative art, it's gonna be what gives you the caffeine when you're tired. It's gonna be the one that pushes the ball over the finish line. It's important to have people on your side that are attached to your project that care about it, because when you inevitably get tired or you want to take a break, which you're allowed to, but it helps reinforce any self-doubt that you get. So for instance, my script for this film is, I know what this film is. But to be honest with you, where I'm at right now is I don't have the fullest clean draft of it because I have all these different versions. But by having a community back this film and get the budget, it's going to help me, force me to make decisions, because now it's not just me, it's now we have our community, right? And the end goal is to make this a film that can really help someone. And there's enough material in there that I know for a fact that will be the case. So I'm just really excited. Am I nervous on how it's all gonna work out? Hell yeah. But that's the fun of this, baby. It's the fun of this. There's a lot of magic that happens when you're filming, and I can't wait for you to see it on this channel. Make sure you hit the bell notification down below so that you are also get notified when all of these go live. I make these videos weekly every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, so that was a long tangent, but I think the challenges for this week was just being consistent. And personal, I went to the hospital. So the day before my birthday, I had to go to the ER, and we're gonna have a little bit of TMI sesh, but wait, okay, guess in the comments what happened to me. I mean, you probably saw, but okay. I got a kidney stone. My first kidney stone ever. And it hurt so bad. It felt like a cramp. And then I was like, oh, it's not passing. It happened a week before, and I was like, oh, and then it passed. So I was like, oh, this will pass again. It hurt so bad that I remember I was like, I have to go to a hospital right now. It was so weird. My brain flipped, and I was like, I need to go get help. And I drove myself to the ER. First drove myself to urgent care. Then I realized, oh, it's not an emergency room. And I was like, I need help now. And so I went to the ER. And then I had to wait at the ER to get help. And it was crazy. I was screaming, I was crying. And then, you know what was crazy is I got on the stretcher and I was waiting to go. I got a CT scan, got blood drawn and everything. And right before I went and did all that, felt totally fine. It passed. And I was like, wow, now I feel great. And they found that my kidney stone was passing through my body. So I don't know if it's out yet. I'll keep you in the loop. TMI. Okay. But yeah, so challenges was being consistent and then also being in the hospital. Really eventful week. Okay, going on to next week. So next week is week 2 of crowdfunding. I am really excited to be able to flip it a little bit. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm giving myself permission to kind of ease off the gas pedal that we had on week 1 so that I can now get into this marathon groove of us having like 3 more weeks to go, because the final week I think is gonna be a really big push. So yeah, but I'm just excited. I'm gonna be DMing everyone every day, and it's really like my mindset right now is just letting people know that there's this film, letting people all know that it's happening, giving people an opportunity to join. Because hopefully by the last week, then I'll be like, this is it or ever. I've given you time to think about it. You can join, you don't have to. But that's what I'm hoping. Ugh, that doesn't sound fun though, right? Like I get anxiety and stress for that. So, but yeah, we're learning. I've never done a huge crowdfunding campaign before. I've never used Seed and Spark, which we're using. A really cool hide today is that on the homepage of Seed and Spark, where you log in, you could see our film. It was really cool. So that was awesome. And yeah, I'm looking forward to consistency. I'm going to be traveling next week a lot and the week after. So like figuring out how that plays into this will be really good. I think it'll be really nice to give me kind of like a mental break. It's good to make sure you're living your life while you're doing this, because although it's very nerve-wracking because I have this goal and I really want to hit it, a lot of it's out of my control. This is like the biggest test of faith. I'm literally like, faith and patience for 30 days. I'm like, I'm giving it my all. I'm trying to do everything, get really excited. And I will say what was really cool this week is that people donated that I didn't think would donate. I had some old coworkers donate, and people just out of the blue sometimes donated. And even $5 or $10 was such a big help. Like there were people that were donating and I don't know who they were. And it makes a difference. It really does. And there's so many ways to help support this project. It's not even just money. It's literally like Do you have any resources on the West Coast? Do you know anyone that might like this story? Can you help me bring visibility? And people are really showing up, and it's really cool for that to be the case. So I'm really excited, and I look forward to pushing this along, and hopefully next week I'll speak this into existence. I've been trying to learn. Don't focus on percentages, like let them be benchmarks, but they're not deal breakers, because we were trying to get 30% week 1, but that is like really hard to do. And you want to be in the 20 or 30 range for week 1, and we're in 23, so that's good. But I'm hoping by week 3 we're past 30%, and I really hope we can do that. And then the week after that, I'm hoping we're past 40. Oh God, I don't know. See, it's like they say by week 4, when you're going to week 4, you want to be at 50 or more. I just hope that happens. I'm gonna give it my best shot. See, you're seeing it all happen. It's nerve-wracking, right? But yeah, I think we can do this. But yeah, I'll see you around, and have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the flip side. And if you want to support this channel and you want to get some exclusive content coming soon about this film, or if you even just want to drop your email so that you can be in this list, make sure you join Patreon. Free to join, and it costs a little bit of money if you want the exclusive perks, but all that money that you will be donating will be saved for the film and any film production going forward. So yeah, if you want to support me and more of the art that I do, that's a really great way to go, and I'd love to see you over there. But, okay, I'll see you around. Bye.